All right, Clean Freaks, welcome back to another Beyond Clean Expert series. You're watching the Water Quality Expert series. I'm your host, Bobby Parker, and joining me as our water quality expert is Len Sparks, with VERDA Water Quality Systems. Today's episode is an exciting one. We are talking about the most feared of all water quality problems, and that is the black speck issue. What do you do when you find that those bits of unidentified debris in your water in sterile processing? Everybody's hair is on fire. Should we cancel the surgeries? You know, it's always an emergency right away. What do you do to figure out what's going on? So, Len, I'll pitch that over to you. You're SPD manager for the day. You find some debris in your water. What do you do about it?
Yeah. That's a great question. And we've done a lot of site visits to help troubleshoot and solve that problem. And, a lot of times the assumption that it must be something wrong with my water, right? And the first thing I need to do is I need to add more filters, right? And if I do that, then that's going to filter out these things. And invariably that never solves the problem. Let me take you through a story of one customer that we had that, they were doing a renovation to the sterile processing, and to do that renovation, it required them to reduce the capacity from 4 washers to 2 washers. And they had occasionally seen black specks in the past, but during this renovation, when they went down to 2 washers, they started seeing specks show up like every day, right? And every time a new pack was opened up for a procedure, more black specks. And of course, then it becomes, the surgical staff starts really looking for these things, and they start seeing more and more of these things, and then it starts becoming...
You get a reporting bias.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more of a problem, so we report it more, and yep.
They never saw it before, but now they see it now, type of thing.
Yep.
And again, they assumed that it had to do with their water. Adding more filters doesn't solve the problem. And they said, well, you know what? We're not seeing it in, when it comes out of the washers. So it's got to have to do with the steam, right? But that really wasn't the cause of it either, because these specks were so large that you could see with the naked eye. And if you had these specks that were that large in the steam, they would be penetrating, putting holes through the wrap, and ending up in the tray that way. And there was no damage to the wrap. That kind of limited that part of the investigation. They were kind of at a quandary because they're looking at all those esoteric possible reasons for it, etc. So when we came on there, we took a look at what they were doing, and we said, one of the requirements for the washer, every washer has a certain amount of maintenance to it, and there is daily maintenance to inspect your washer and your washer arms, right? Make sure they're clear of debris, and they just weren't doing that. And it was okay when they had twice as many washers, but when they cut down, the washers, it increased the number of processing each washer is doing, and so it just sort of the buildup on any washer just kind of flared up. And whether it was labels that were coming off, pieces of plastic, or from a tray, from an instrument, right? And this debris was coming down. Normally, they would just end up in the drain, but they had been taking in and out trays, and they had like racks. We're putting in a larger tray. I need to remove this lower rack, and so there was a void that allowed debris to kind of get sucked back into the upstream of water. And so the water coming in from the piping was clean, but it was getting mixed with this dirty water, right? These specks that was in the water, and sprayed down on the instruments. And when it came out of the washer, these specks were, they weren't very obvious. You've got silver colored instruments and specks that are very colored similarly. Once it goes through the sterilizer, they would get browned or blackened, and then they really would stick out. And that's why they were seeing it. But they were investing so much time into adding more inspection stations, more people to inspect the wrap. I mean, they have people with magnifying glasses looking, like Sherlock
Oh yeah.
Holmes, going every square
Yeah.
inch. Where's the speck? Where's the speck? Right? And none of these techniques were solving that issue. But we went in for the first shift and we saw just how much debris. First thing we noticed was the person running that shift had no idea how to remove the washer arms and inspect it, which is our first indication that, well, then you're probably not doing this on a regular basis if you don't know how to do it yourself,
Right.
right?
They're just looking in there and saying, "Yep, the arms are still in there."
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah,
We taught
yeah.
them how to take apart the arms, how to take apart the screen for the drains, and sure enough, it was just caked with all kinds of debris. And
Hmm.
the crazy thing was after one shift, with they were running so many cycles on it that after one shift, it was already full of new debris in it.
Hmm.
Right? Just after one 8-hour shift. So we again came in for that second shift. We cleaned that out again. Right now, the overnight shift, they only probably ran 4 or 5 cycles on it, and it really wasn't that bad on there. But that was a source of the black specks, and a lot of times we're going into places. Um, it's what's being introduced into the water, not from the piping system, but from the machines, like an ultrasonic that has a gasket that's old and that's flaking off. So every time you open up the lid, a piece of black gasket would fall onto the instruments. Right. So
Yep.
these are some of the things to be looking out for that can introduce contaminants, into it. And you can say, well, hey, but the whole thing's getting sterilized, so isn't it just safe? But no one wants to operate with specks on your instruments, right? No one
Right.
wants to deal with that. So
Yeah, yeah. Lots of questions about, what happens when foreign debris ends up in the body and granulomas and the whole thing. So, yeah, we definitely don't want that. And it's an interesting story and a helpful one because, it's as we've heard similar stories, often the first thing to get suspected, like you said, is either steam quality or water quality. And in some cases, that does fix it. We needed some steam filters in place because it was introducing debris into it. But in a lot of cases, it's something in the process, like you said. It's coming from all kinds of different sources,
right.
and they're all kind of working together to put something in the tray. You don't really notice it in assembly because you've got 27 reamer or trials from an orthopedic loaner tray to flip over and look, and maybe you miss a couple. But when it goes in the steam sterilizer and it agitates and cooks everything, it
Right.
all it flies around and it ends up in the bottom of the tray, real obvious for the OR to see. And then there's this mystery of where it came from. So yeah, that's really helpful. Maybe take a look at the filters, but also make sure to do the investigative work to take a look at your process as well. All right, well, that's going to do it for today's episode. Hey, if you're enjoying this series and have some water quality questions, I would encourage you not to sit on your hands, but go ahead and reach out. We'll make sure to put Len's contact information in the video description. But until we talk to you again next time on the Water Quality Expert series, keep fighting dirty.